Hello, everyone. I am Jeff Seidman, and welcome to the Jeff Seidman Fitness Podcast. Today, I got a real special treat for you, and that is Everett Herbert. Everett and I were both winners of the 1997 challenge, and here, once again, is the magazine that got it all started, the January 1997 issue of Muscle Media magazine that promoted the 12-week transformation challenge, with the winner getting that badass red Lamborghini right there and a $50,000 cash prize. I hope you're ready for another great interview with another great champion. Let's welcome Everett to the show. How you doing, Everett?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Awesome, Everett. So let's just get right into it. Do you remember the moment that you saw that January 1997 issue of Muscle Media magazine where they're advertising, the Lamborghini for the 12-week transformation challenge? And once you saw that magazine, did you decide right then and there to do the contest?
No, I don't remember the first time I saw it, and I didn't decide right then. My wife, now ex-wife, she brought the magazine up to me. I had a subscription to it, and she had read about the contest, and she said, maybe this will give us something to do together to help our marriage. And so we decided to both do it.
Oh, awesome. I never knew that your wife did it as well. Did she stick to it like you did?
She stuck to it. She said made some really impressive gains and improvements.
Okay. So did she actually enter the contest as well, or did you?
She did.
Were you the only one? Okay.
No, she did also.
Okay, awesome. I never knew that. So back in 1997, we didn't have access to the internet like we do today, website, social media. How were you able to get the information that you needed to make such incredible changes in such a short period of time?
Well, I have been subscribing to the magazine for some time. So I had all of the back issues, and it was just that and my personal knowledge of training. I had been training off and on for decades, actually. So it was just through the magazine and my own knowledge of putting the workouts together, and took it from there.
Yeah, so in your before photos, you were overweight. So how long had it been since you actually participated in regular exercise and nutrition regimen?
Probably 3 years. Yeah, about 3 years.
And in your whole years of training, did you ever achieve such great shape like you ended up with at the end of the 12-week challenge?
No.
No.
Not even close.
Okay, cool. Well then, speaking of your transformation, first let's talk about your nutrition. What was the nutritional plan you followed to drop all of that body fat and get completely shredded?
I ate baskets of barbecue chicken, and I had 3 of the EAS meal replacements. I fixed 3 of those each morning and put them in a container and take those to work with me. And then I'd have the barbecue chicken that I'd cook up on the weekend during the week. And that was probably 90% of my diet. Yeah.
So during the week, you only had shakes? You didn't have any whole food?
No, I'd have chicken at night. And then in the morning, I'd have a meal replacement before going to work. So I'd have that. And then I'd have the 3 throughout the day. And then I'd have chicken at night. And then I'd have salads a lot of time with the chicken.
Oh, so overall it was about a total of 5 actual meals that you would do a day?
5 or 6 at least.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So the shakes were a huge part of your nutritional protocol as far as losing the fat, gaining muscle, and making
Yes.
it easier to actually stick to the nutrition program.
Yeah,
So
they still are.
yeah, okay, good for you. So let's talk about your workout and cardio routine. If you did cardio, I don't know. Explain to me the training program you followed to build all of that muscle, but also again get in just incredible shape.
Um, I worked out 3 times a week. Did a whole body workout with those 3 workouts uh, every week. Um, and one thing that I did that was kind of different is I lifted really heavy. Um, and I did one thing that I have to do it kind of necessity,
Hmm.
is partial range of motion. Uh, I came down with Parkinson's about 2 years ago, and I can't lift free weights
Hmm.
of necessity. So I moved to machines, and
Hmm.
um, I can't do heavy lifting like I have for the past 25 years. Um,
So Everett, regarding you not doing heavy lifting, so you're doing lighter weights and more repetitions. Are you still able to keep in good shape doing the lighter weights and more repetitions?
uh, well, I'm in good shape for the shape I'm in. Uh,
Hmm.
uh, I'm 76 years old, and when I got the Parkinson's, I almost stopped working out that first year. Um, and the next year, I kind of got the Parkinson's under control where I don't have to worry about falling down. Um, and I don't work out. I don't work out very heavy at all. Uh,
Yeah. So did you originally stop working out once you were diagnosed with Parkinson's because you were just not in a good mental state, or you actually couldn't physically perform?
well, I was at risk for falling down or dropping weights. Uh, but more than anything else, it was the mental side of it. Um, I almost stopped completely
That's
that year.
understandable. Yeah,
Um,
understandable.
but I go to the gym 3 times a week. I have a wonderful workout partner. Uh, we go 3 times a week. And as soon as I was diagnosed with Parkinson's, I started attending. It's called Rocksteady Boxing, and it's a worldwide organization for people with Parkinson's. And I go to that 3 times a week also, and we work on balance and uh, exercising and stretching the muscles and movement. And between that and the gym, uh, I kind of stay active. Um, yeah.
Yeah. So Everett, the thing is, you said you hadn't worked out or eaten right for 3 years prior to starting the contest. So the greatest challenge for everybody is the developing the emotional control to stick to a exercise program and proper eating habits. A lot of people they'll do it temporarily. They'll do it for 3 months. They'll do it for 6 months. They'll do it for a year, but they always fall off the wagon. So what is it that you did, to trigger the emotional control, the discipline to still stick to it to this day? What do you think that is that made you stick to it where most people don't? They ultimately fail.
I got my dream when they were filming the body of work. I was asked twice, once on my doorstep by someone that was with Bill Phillips. They asked me, when they told me that I was one of the 10 finalists, they asked me, what would I do if I was selected the winner?
Mm-hmm.
At that time, they were going to just have the one winner. And I said that for most of my life, I've wanted to touch people in a positive way. And I said, maybe this will be it. So when I was selected along with the other 9 to be a grand champion spokesperson, I felt like I've been given a gift, and I owed it to everyone.
Well, Everett, I will say that, I follow you on Facebook, and it seems like you inspire and motivate and teach hundreds, if not thousands of people. So your dream came true. And I see it, I've seen your Facebook page, and you do inspire and motivate, and you have a lot of people that are very big, I guess, fans of yours, but really more than fans. They go to you for support. So you've fulfilled that dream. So good for you. So Everett, regarding your 12-week transformation, was it, some people encounter difficulties like an accident or something that made the challenge even harder. Was it pretty much smooth sailing through your 12-week challenge, where you just ate right and exercised and then you got those incredible results, or did something that affect you adversely happen along that 12-week challenge?
Are you fucking kidding me? Life happened.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
No, I don't mind. I don't mind because, the thing is, life, that's the challenge with most people getting in shape, is life does happen. But some people develop the discipline, the emotional control to make it through those challenges. So I'm obviously you did it, and so life was challenging. But I'm just curious if you encountered anything in particular that made it even more challenging.
One thing that I did. Still, there's people on Facebook that talk about the body of work challenges and how
Mm-hmm.
hard it was, their
Mm-hmm.
mental state,
Mm-hmm.
going through that.
Mm-hmm.
And when I read that with my wife about the contest, how they're giving away the Lamborghini and the $50,000, I told myself a lie that got me, it helped me avoid so much hardship doing the contest. I told myself that bodybuilders that are trained in administering steroids to themselves, some bodybuilders are going to use steroids up to a point where they can stop and still test clean at the end. And those are the people that are going to win this contest. So I never had to think about winning the Lamborghini or the $50,000. I could just do the contest and not be bothered.
But was your goal to win it, though? Was your goal to win the contest?
Of course not. No.
Yeah, so for everybody I've spoke to so far, they said their goal was to win. And so that was the huge motivation, inspiration, was just winning the Lamborghini, meeting Bill Phillips, getting international exposure in the magazine. So yeah, that's the first I've heard that. But as long as you are consistent and disciplined and you have the right information, whether your goal is to win or not, you're going to win. And so
See,
Everett, once you finish, yeah, go ahead.
I've watched two of those interviews, and both of them at one point said they didn't think they could win it or they would win it, and I believe them. There's no, yeah. I guess. Let me just take a breath here.
Yeah, that's okay. Everett, listen.
Yeah.
Once you finish your 12-week transformation and you saw your before and after pictures side by side, when you saw those, did you think, I have a great chance of winning with these photos, or did you just think they were okay, or what did you think you could have done better? What did you think when you saw them?
I thought that I did the best I could. That I couldn't. I don't know how I could have done more. I bought every supplement that Bill Phillips sold through EAS, and then I supplemented on my own. I don't know what I could have done more, but I didn't. When I was through, I never wore a tank top the whole time I was doing the contest. And when I finished and took my pictures, I wore a tank top for the first time, and it was like, I don't know, it was really weird. At the gym.
But when you saw your before and after picture, when you saw your before and after pictures, obviously by what you stated, you were satisfied with them. You thought, okay, these are very good pictures. There's nothing more I could have done.
Yeah, I did. That's right.
Okay. So then, Everett, next you mailed in your transformation packet, and you waited. How did they let you know that you were a winner?
Just like everybody else. Someone, I don't remember who it was, called me several times and said, you did really good. You weren't a winner. But we'd like to come by and interview you for an article in the magazine. And they made an appointment like 2 or 3 times. And I finally thought, screw it, they're never coming. And they called and said they'd be there. And I said, okay, I'll do this one more time. And my wife, she asked me if I wanted to stay. And I said, no. I said, they're just coming to do an article for the newspaper or for the magazine. So she went and was doing whatever she did. And I opened the door, and there's Bill Phillips and his entourage. It was like, yeah. Even then, I could not believe.
I was the same way. When Bill was standing, when Bill was standing at the door, when I went to the door, because they told me, hey, come here, we want somebody, or we have somebody we want you to meet. And I walked up to the door, and Bill was standing there, and I couldn't believe it. I was in shock. I was like, oh my God, probably as it showed in the video, like you, it was like a shock is what it was. Anyways, Everett, So all 10 category champions were then flown out to Golden, Colorado for a 3-day weekend to be held at the EAS Muscle Media headquarters to ultimately choose one overall winner. So what was it like to go out there to the EAS headquarters, meet Bill Phillips, meet Suzanne, meet the brother and sister, just meet the whole EAS staff? What was that experience like to actually experience that kind of a dream? What was it like for you?
That was nerve-wracking. It was exciting. It was fun, but it was so nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Did they make you feel welcome? Yeah.
Oh,
go ahead.
Did they?
Yes.
Absolutely. Oh, yes. I don't know what they could have done differently or more of
Right.
to make us feel welcome. Yeah, it was just like.
Yeah, it was incredible. So once you were out there, you met Bill and his whole crew. What did you think when you met the other competitors?
I thought they were monsters, you included. Everybody, not everybody, but yeah, everybody was so big. And
I will say one thing, Everett. We were all very similar in weight. We were all very similar. I'd say maybe there's a 15-pound difference at the most between the guys. They were all very similar weight. So we appeared big, just like you appeared bigger. When you're lean, you're ripped, you appear larger. But I think the biggest weight difference was about 15 pounds between all of us. It wasn't much. It was just a visual deception. When you're lean, you look bigger.
wow, yeah, that's surprising. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So speaking of that weekend, I mean, it was truly an unreal weekend and like a dream come true for me. And it sounds like it was for you as well. What was it like to be in that incredible energy of, when we were all working out, when they were filming, and plus just meeting all the cool people in general, even associated with the film crew? They were cool as shit as well. So how did you feel being in that energy out there?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I had to keep telling myself, you've got to go back to work Monday.
Yeah. That's funny because reality kicks in, because that is like a fairy tale, like a dream state, and then you got to go back to reality afterwards.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. So Everett, if you were to do the 12-week transformation again today, obviously you have more challenges. Would you still follow the same basic principles? You don't have to lift heavy, but would you still follow the same basic 3-day-a-week workout? Very similar nutrition with the shakes, and you say you still do something similar to that today. Would you change anything? I mean,
I would lift heavier, faster in the program. I would lift heavier and partial range of motion where the joint isn't at risk so much.
Right.
I just put a thing on Facebook. You might have seen it.
I saw it. You got injured. Yeah.
No, the 900-pound leg press.
I didn't see that. No.
Yeah. Up until I got Parkinson's, I was doing dumbbell pullovers, laying across the bench.
Yeah.
With 120 pounds. one arm bicep curls with 120 pounds, just in a partial
Right.
range of motion,
Right.
the strongest range of motion.
Yeah.
I would do that faster.
So,
I think that's
yeah. So getting back to your workouts, I'm going to go backwards a little bit here. Generally, how long did your workouts in the gym take back then? And were you doing compound exercises, or you were doing a whole body every single workout you mentioned? Is that correct?
no. I would do
okay.
like chest and back, and
Okay.
I honestly don't remember what the splits were.
Right.
What was the question?
I was just asking you, what was your workout like? Which exercises were you doing? Were you doing basically compound lifts, or were you doing a
Yes.
traditional workouts like, you were doing compound lifts, but
I
partial
was
range
doing
of
a lot
motion, so less?
compounds, and then
Okay.
as I got lifting heavier and heavier, I got away from the compounds and doing partial range.
Yeah. So did you do like deadlifts? Did you do heavy bench, heavy squat? Is that what you
Yes.
originally did?
All three.
Okay. And then you moved into more specific exercises for each individual muscle group?
Yes.
Okay. Anyways, Everett, you want to tell any great story that happened that weekend, or is there anything else you want to add?
Oh my God. uh,
What's your life been like for the last 25 years? What are you currently up to? I know you've got Parkinson's now, and that's a big downer, but you seem to be dealing with it fairly well.
Actually, I've met some really wonderful people at boxing.
Oh, good.
I even get to hug some of the older women.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, to me, socializing, getting in social environments is one of the greatest contributors to a high quality life. You have to get out and socialize, whether it's fitness, whether it's book groups, or just being in the presence of other human beings, at least in a positive environment. To me, that's the biggest contributor to a high quality life, in my opinion.
Yeah, it has a lot, even though we are all, what do you call us, handicapped? I don't know. But yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Wouldn't change anything.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome.
I miss for about the last 20 years, I became grandpa that cooks his world famous waffle for 6 grandkids.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
They've all moved away, so I do miss that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's life.
Yeah. Well, Everett, it's been great catching up, and it seems
been
like
wonderful.
life's sent you a lot of challenges, but you seem to be dealing with them very well. So congratulations on that. So I want to thank you again, Everett. I appreciate your time, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And be sure and tune in for my next podcast, where I'll be interviewing another incredible champion from the Body of Work Challenge. So again, thank you, Everett. I appreciate it. And
Thank you.
I wish everybody, take care, everybody.